Hi, I'm Stephanie Stylist. Thank you for watching my channel. I'm a holistic fertility therapist for those of you who don't know. Today I just wanted to talk to you about calcium and why calcium is so important for you and why is it such an essential part of getting pregnant. Now, there are lots of different vitamins and minerals that you should be taking in order to be as healthy as you can possibly be. But one of the main things that you need to make sure you're including in your diet is calcium. Now, one of the reasons calcium is so important is because not only is it good for your bones and making you strong and grow, it's also really good for different areas of your reproductive system, such as for a man, for example. Did you know that calcium is what creates really strong sperm? And not only does it create the strong sperm, but it makes the sperm super fast too. So I'm sure you know about where everything is in the reproductive area, but when the sperm gets into the uterus, it has got a little way to swim to get to the egg. If the sperm is very slow, it's going to be a very long process to get to the egg, and it might not make it in time. Not only that, but it needs to be strong enough to get into the egg. So the calcium is really important because it's going to make that sperm really quick so it can get to the egg, but it's also going to make the sperm really strong in order to get into the egg. Now, not only that, but the calcium also provides an environment inside the uterus that is an alkaline environment. Now, I'm not sure how much you know about alkaline and acid, but your body should be more on the alkaline side, but it tends to be more on the acidic side due to the Western diet. So calcium is actually something that creates more of an alkaline environment, and that is where the sperm like to live. Sperm actually die in an acid environment and they can't survive, so you need to make sure that it's more of an alkaline environment. So you need to have more calcium. Also, calcium is really good for the lady because for her eggs, calcium is not just for bones and teeth, but if it creates your bones and teeth to be strong, it does the same for your eggs as well. And your eggs will become so much better quality just from having the calcium. So it's really important to increase your calcium intake. One of the things that I use when I tell my clients to go and get calcium is this product, which is called Cal Mag. This is Cal M, but it's called Cal Mag because it's calcium magnesium. I'm sure you can see. It's from a company called G&G Vitamins. And this is a powder form. It's suitable for vegans as well. Now, it's important that when you have calcium, you want to make sure that you're having it with something that isn't going to rob it of its properties, because there's a lot of things that can rob it, such as coffee, alcohol, sugar. There's a lot of different things in the Western diet, again, that can rob it. So make sure that when you're having it, have it when you've been eating healthy. And one of the things that can increase your absorption of the calcium is vitamin D, magnesium, and some probiotics. Now, probiotics you can get even just Greek yogurt, and that is in itself probiotic, but you've got to make sure that it says probiotic on it, or when you look at the ingredients it says live cultures and it lists the live cultures. There should be 2 or 3 live cultures on it, because some Greek yogurts are not probiotics and some have got quite a bit of sugar in it, so just make sure that you do your research first. Now, with calcium, you can also get calcium from different plant sources. One of the things that I tend to say to my clients is that a lot of animal products today have, you know, a lot of added things to them. And not only that, but a lot of people tend to be very sensitive to them, and so you don't tend to absorb everything that you should from them. So my advice is to actually go down the plant-based diet route and try and get your calcium from that. That way you can really absorb a lot more from it. So a few of the things that include calcium in the plant-based diet would be chia seeds. In fact, here, look. This is my big box of chia seeds, just so you know what they look like. You can get them in white as well, but these are the ones I tend to go for. There's no difference in colour whatsoever. If you get white, it's still got the same properties. But chia seeds have got a lot of calcium in. They're also good in omega-3, really important as well for pregnancy. But we'll go on to that in another video. But yeah, so chia seeds, figs, spinach, almond butter, blackstrap molasses, turnip greens, white beans, pinto beans, navy beans, pak choi, sesame seeds. There's quite a lot of things out there. You don't always have to go down the animal route in order to have a substantial amount of calcium in your diet. But it is really good for the man and the woman to both make sure that you're both increasing your calcium a lot, because calcium is one of the most important minerals that you're going to have in your diet, and it's something that's going to really help. There are a few case studies where all they needed to do was increase their calcium and they got pregnant. So just before you go down the route of medication, just make sure that your diet is up to scratch and you have got a healthy diet, and that you're doing everything you can naturally before you go down the medical route, because, you know, your body is made through nature, and so, you know, why shouldn't nature help fix that for you? Okay, so just please try and have a lot of calcium in your diet, and it really will make a difference. And it's also really good for the mother, because when she is pregnant, the baby is going to need a lot of calcium, and if there isn't enough calcium in the mother, the baby is going to take it from the mother. Now, if the baby takes it from the mother is going to suffer from calcium deficiency, and that's where she's going to end up with achy joints. She might even end up with a lost tooth, which happens to a lot of mothers these days, hair loss, just feeling quite fatigued. So just make sure that your calcium levels are up enough so that you and baby can have them. There is a point where you can have too much calcium, but when you're trying to conceive, when you're pregnant, it's really hard to have too much calcium. So just make sure that you really do have enough to sustain everything. Also, when you start to breastfeed, if you do go down that route, make sure that you do have calcium, because again, the baby will take a lot of the calcium. So just make sure that all of you are healthy through calcium. I mean, it is so important, and I don't think it gets talked about enough. It just gets talked about for children and the elderly to have, which is important, but also for people who are trying to conceive and people who are pregnant and after pregnancy, it's really important as well. And for the man as well to have. So please make sure that you do include enough calcium in your diet. If you want to have a list of all the calcium that you can get from plant-based diets, you can check it out on my blog, which is at www.howtocookupababy.com, and you'll find a couple of other blogs there that can help you along your way as well. Okay, thank you for listening.